right, people, we are live now. What I'm going to do right away is I'm going to explain how to become a member inside of Power Group Trades. So, as I'm waiting for people to come in, I'm going to explain how to become a member inside of Power Group Trades, people. So, let's go take a look at my Power Trick or Trade. Okay, so it starts here. So basically, people, it's like this. Look at what you want to do to become a member is, first of all, you want to go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's a good thing to do, right? So you know my live streams and you can participate with the YouTube videos. At the same time, you want to be active, and it's pretty simple. What you want to be doing is you want to be doing a retweets and likes, right? Retweets and likes. Now, and also be making comments, when applicable. So as a serious follower, you've studied my work and you want to become a member because you like my work. Well, once you've done the retweets and likes and you have studied my videos, what you want to do is send me you go to here and you type power, right? Power group trades, right? And what happens is it'll bring it to a locked account, and you'll have to send me like a follow. By hitting the follow, I think that sends you a request to become a member, and also send me a message. Now, at the same time, listen carefully. You want to have a profile pic, and that should be of stock charts, success, or a picture of yourself, something reasonable. Okay, so send me a request. Even tell me a little bit why you want to become a member, and make sure you really understand my work. Because I want serious people. I don't want the lazy people inside of a Power Group Trades people. It's not for the lazy. It's for the ones who want success. So there you have it. Very simple. Listen carefully to this live stream part, and there you have it, people. Now, it's pretty simple. I explained it, and let's see who's in here. Hello, people. How are you? How are you, people? Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the market now. We'll talk about the SPY. So, what has the SPY been doing? Well, we've been going higher, right? If we were to measure when the stock clown was bearish, the market, well, we're doing pretty good. Would you agree? I mean, calling it a bubble at 225, you have to have great skills to be wrong this long. You know what I mean, people? You catch what I'm saying? So what's going on with the market? Well, what we've done is that I think we're definitely setting up to go and test the 275, 276. They did the chop. They did play the games here. What I believe is they fished in more stock clowns like the stock clown short, and then they squeezed them a little bit today. And they were trying to bring it down a little bit at the end, kind of squeeze the shorts, and then they just, reversed it. So market could still remain a little choppy, but it's trending higher. We are definitely higher. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to measure in April, we're higher, right? And so the market wants higher. Definitely, we want to go and test the 275, 276. Now, how we get there, I will have to make what's called adapting to the market, right? We don't want to be a stock guesser like the stock clown, wrong since 2016, 2007, well, really 2016, right? Right at the end of 2006. So really, right at the beginning of 2017, massively wrong the whole year, and still wrong the year. Not to mention, people, let's talk about Apple here. Now, Apple is a very important stock. Let's talk about Apple, people. AAPL, right? Now, Apple, very strong, setting up. Now, one thing is clear. I know for a fact that a 182 area is a strong support. So they've been chopping Apple. Notice that they had earnings, right? This is where they closed. We had an earnings run, and we're holding the gains. Much like back in the day when, the stock clown was calling it, it was going up like this, going up. And the stock clown was saying to people, and why do I mention stock clowns? Well, there's a lot of stock clowns out there, but that's the number one stock clown, of course, is yours true. You know that guy. You know that guy who I'm talking about, right? The stock clown. He's the leader stock clown. Lots of stock clowns, but you see, the stock clown with no skill, that says he's such a great winner, cannot call the real direction like yours truly long, multiple winning plans in Apple to the long side. And so what's Apple doing now, people? Well, we're setting up for higher prices. And definitely the strength of this move. Do you want to know what the targets are? I see 208, right? This is definitely going to 200, 198, and they may play it around that area up to 200. And then definitely we're going way above 200. This isn't just going to be a $200 stock. See, Carl Icahn called it a no-brainer, but then bailed because he thought he has the skill to know what's really happening. But you know what I mean? Not all billionaires are alike, in skill. Warren Buffett's been bang on correct. Warren Buffett jumped in, and since the 90s, $90 stock. Of course, PowerTarget yours truly was way ahead of Warren Buffett a long time ago, telling people to go long the stock. So long term, told the BlackBerry longs the same thing. They didn't listen to me. BlackBerry's is nowhere near. It hasn't gone anywhere, right? I give the best advice. You know what I'm saying, people? So long term, Apple higher. And this is one reason why this SPY is going higher, And it's as simple as that. You got a bullish Apple, it's good for the market, right? And then there's a lot of other stocks like WYNN, very strong. It's still setting up for higher prices, a stock clown. Not lower like you thought at 106, 108, 115, 125. You see, people, when you have no skill, right, or old world skill, and you want to guess and assume that the market is too high, you're going to be massively wrong. And that's what a lot of people are massively wrong. The market is saying higher, and until the market says otherwise, higher we go. How are you, Praveen? Hello, everybody. You know what I mean? People like market bullish. Now, look at, I got to please talk about, well, I'll take a look at AMD, yeah. But, AMD, I'm going to take a look at AMD. But before I talk about AMD, I want to talk about another good example here, Google L. Now, as you all know, if anybody who's been following, I had a plan for Google L, and, right around this area. Now, the stock clown was making fun of me. But do you know that the options, just to show you the big picture thinking, the options that were $500 had a high of $4,000, and that's catching big gains in a market in chop. So the market, the SPY is still in chop, people. However, the SPY is in bullish chop. In other words, it's on the bullish trend, still uptrend, bullish chop though. But inside a bullish chop, yours truly made a plan, and one of my followers caught huge gains and wanted to send me a $1,000 gift. See, this is skill. Clown can't do these things, stock clown, right? You can't do these things, stock clown. You've been wrong, right? You were telling me, laughing at me about my Google L plan, and then look where it went. See, this is skill, stock clown. This is things you can never do in your life, and this is why people want to listen to the big picture expert, right? You want to listen to stock clowns. Stock clowns are called old world thinkers. I am a student of the market. In other words, my system is about understanding what the market is telling us, not what the stock clown and all the old world technical analysis that he's using that simply doesn't match. New world, new era. Stock clown's going to be massively surprised. What's the stock clown going to say? I told him you're going to be getting his squeezing lumps when we hit 200. He told people, can you imagine, people? I want to tell you a story here. Can you imagine, people, that the stock clown told people to sell Apple, that it was going to fill the gap at 120, and today it sits at close to 200? Povera fissa. You know what I mean? That means povera, poor, poor sucker, kind of a thing. Povera fissa, poor sucker, just no skill. And where did he make any gains? And did he have any option plans that made gains like my option plan Google? No, he did not. So now, people, let's see. Any? Hello, Eric. How are you, my friend? See, that's another guy sent me some dollar bills, making some nice gains. And we're doing this in chop, by the way, people. This is not where the big money is, by the way. But we did have a big money player inside of chop. See, the market is setting up for higher prices, but we still are in a chop until the SPY still clears a certain but what I'm getting at, the stock chops but is building for higher prices. Look at Apple, people, earnings. Look at all the companies with earnings still up high in the air. Look at, here's more proof. BA, right? Look at, Old world thinking is stock clown, right? So think about it. Old world thinking, stock clown. Again, people, stock clown thought it was too high at here. Abazuma pop boom. You follow what I'm getting, people? You know, stock clown thought it was too high at 265 over here. Ba 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 boom. So on and so forth, people. Just like race, just like everything else, lots of stock clowns don't know what they're talking about. So why do I explain about stock clowns? It's good to have stock clowns, people. It's good because that shows you that's why there's always going to be massive losers in the market because they want to go wrong the big picture, right? They will never be prepared for the higher prices because they have to assume that everything has to go down because it's too high for them. Well, I'm sorry to say, stock clown, you said it. The market was a bubble at 225. Well, look where the SPY is. You shorted BA since 200. Wrong in the big picture, people. You don't want to be a stock clown, right? Don't want to be a stock clown. Wrong, 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 right? Of course, yours truly, Power Trigger Trade, be leading the people correct the big picture into massive gains all in 2017. 2018, we've had some, but it's been a couple of months of some toughness. We had some, but in reality, we are in the right picture. Market is higher. Stocks have done well. Look at that Google plan. Oh, what a massive gainer that was. Just unbelievable massive gains. Just destroyed some little losers. Can you imagine, people? 600% gains. That's how far, and they were only 2-week options. This is skill. That's why I'm the big picture expert. That cannot be done by anyone, any of those so-called what are they called? I call them old world school thinkers, stock clowns. Can't do that stuff. Can't make plans like that. No, can't do that. Power Trigger Trade, yours truly has done that and is all documented, people. Now, AMD is a stock that I said had a potential. Just to answer. Ooh, actually, look at this. I talked about here's why I'm the big picture expert, people. Now I didn't bother with, but I gave a plan for 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 um for for a for AMD, and the thing about AMD is it never confirmed by the volume and price that I wanted. So that means it could have some issues. But look where it went though. Once it took out the $12 area, it did have a move. I did say that it had potential, but again, Power Trigger Trade, I didn't want to bother with it, but if someone did want to go in it, they did make some money. It's good what it's doing. I just don't like the volume, to be honest with you, Mr. Bling. But I did say that AMD had a potential. There was a change in happening. But for my liking, I don't like the volume pattern, so it is what it is. It's something that I did not get into. But I did make instructions to get into AMD. And, of course, Power Trigger Trade, yours truly, correct again. Well, the stock clown who could not give any good advice at all was wrong again, massively wrong. AMD once again telling people it's just going to go down. I don't like AMD, but because of the volume criteria, I think that AMD is going to pull back. But what it's definitely doing is trying to go higher, and that it is on the right track. And that's another impressive sign, people. AMD doing what it's doing is kind of impressive. That's not the signs of a market that wants to go lower. And see, stock clown, this is where you don't have the skills like me. Picture what I can see. You wish you could see what I could see. You're the dinosaur. You're in the dinosaur stone ages. Old world thinking clown stock. Completely wrong in the big picture. Still into it. And wait till the SPY goes to, when the SPY goes high. The stock clowns I'm going to be exposing. Mamma mia, you guys don't know. I'm planning for a big massacre out there. It's a Power Trigger Trade era, people. Power Trigger Trade era. Power Trigger Trade era. That's what it is, people. See, again with AMD, it didn't want to really confirm based on my volume patterns, but it did confirm as we did smash the 12 area. It did do well. You see, stock clown, stock bookie, I was right again. You were wrong. Except I didn't want to go in AMD because it didn't meet my volume criteria. And that's why I think it will pull back short term, but it will probably try to pattern and go higher. Looks good, by the way. So it's very, very impressive. Nice to see AMD doing well. BA. Yeah, so BA, again, people, I've said this before in my other live stream, that BA is just setting up right now. It just needs its time. It's not one of the best movers right now. One of the things you want to pay attention to is stock like Netflix, the Apple, Win. Win is still, it actually was doing profitable, but because of the market pullback, they pulled it back, still with some profits. And when I think the next confirmation, the next plan it confirms is going to rock. When it's going to rock, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Rock higher. I believe, yeah. A Facebook, well, you know, Facebook is not one. It's not my play right now. It's not one of my focus. Um, but yeah, it is a. You know what? Something exactly. It is a bull flag, and so there's something that could happen with Facebook. I got to take a look at that. Um, it's just that right now, I really like stuff like Netflix, Win, some other plays that I have posted inside of Power Group Trades. Now, someone asked me about FedEx. So, FedEx happened to pull back with the thing, and it's okay. So, really, reality, FedEx support anything above 245. In fact, it's just setting up another pattern, if you ask me. Um, as long as it stays above 245, where it should be going higher along with the market. When the market starts to move up higher, I mean, one thing about FedEx, she can turn very quickly when she wants to, but it is a difficult stock. Many times I get into FedEx, I always lose a little bit in the beginning of my. It's never failed, and no matter how I spin, I'm always making profits in it, but I always lose in the beginning of a FedEx trade for some reason, but I always end up winning the big dollar bills of FedEx. And like I tell the story of FedEx, the stock clown, I was long, and I told you, back in November, exactly. I have it documented in this Wednesday. I said it was going to make a massive move higher. It was going to come. We're going to be smiling. And, I delivered again with the big picture. While the stock clown shorted FedEx, I won. So, again, stock clown massively wrong, decimated and cremated, just like it's going to happen with the SPY, just like he's going to be cremated in Apple, and so on and so forth. Old world thinkers are finito. Power Trick Trade will be wiping them right off the planet. I mean, people, you know what I'm saying, people? Let's see. Nike, yeah, see Nike breakout. Yeah, Nike doing well. A lot of key stocks doing very well, and these stock clowns just don't have the skill. Now, I know I see some new people. See, we have 29 people watching. There's a lot of people coming to the. See, they start realizing this Power Trick Trade. He knows what he's talking. They miss the live streams. They know what I'm talking. They see I know what I'm talking about. They see I continuously write the big picture over and over and over again. And so they want to know what's going on. What is the Power Trick Trade saying? What is the big picture expert correct all the time saying? Yeah, the thing about Mr. Bling, the thing about AMD is I said it had potential, and it does. It definitely. I just don't like the volume. And it's not something that I got bothered getting into, because one thing it didn't do. I've been focusing on so many other plans. Like look at Google L, that was monstrous gains. Mr. Bling, what I'm going to do with AMD? You know what I'm saying? For me. But I mean, it did good. The thing is, it could do well. I like that. I just think that they're going to probably. One thing you want to remember now is we don't want to lose. You don't want to lose the 12 or 1150 support too long. AMD. It's gotta if it doesn't go to 12 and keeps running and maybe chopping its way higher, very good. But it shouldn't lose the 12, 1150 area. And if it does so, I believe AMD might want to try to test 15. You see, stock clown. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my thing, by the way, AMD. Like so many other, I'm more into the option plays, and there are some stocks that I get to, but that's a different thing. Any question from new people out there? And don't forget, new people, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And at the beginning of this YouTube channel, this video, this live stream, I explain how to become a member inside of Power Group Trades. Make sure you have a profile pic and you follow the instructions that I explained. It's very simple. The serious people always come to me. I have a lot of people that just keep doing the wrong things. I have about 30, 40 people waiting list. So just make sure you send me a message telling me why you want to become a follower inside of Power Group Trades, and make sure you're doing the retweets and the likes, and you have a profile pic. Follow what I'm saying? Listen to the instructions. I kind of show it. It's very, very simple. You know what I mean? And then you become a part of an elite group of a new world. You know, there's going to be many, many, many great years of gains to be made while people like the stock clown are going to struggle making money because they don't understand the market. This is a new era. By the way, people, you know, let me go over the SPY. You know, it's amazing. You know, I love the work I've done with the SPY, and I want to explain it. Some people, you know, I got it in the video, but I'm going to go a quick recap quickly. It's very good that I do so. The monthly. Look at the monthly charts. Oh, poor clown. So listen, people. So for those that are new, people, and it's good for me to explain this, you know, I'm going to explain it very quickly. So, as the stock clown call it, .com bubble, housing bubble, .com, all that stuff. That's all fine and dandy. But what he didn't want to know is I want to show you why the market's going to go higher in a very clear and more advanced manner than just about anybody out there. That I call them stock clowns that have no skill compared to yours truly. They're just no skill. And I've also checked this with multiple things. But as simple as I explained that this was a breakout of a 16, I think it was 16-year breakout that started in 2013, right? Then we channeled, okay, people, listen carefully. Then we have channeled over here. So you see, people see things many ways. That's why it's a market. See, power trick or trade, I studied what the market is saying, not what a clown is thinking, not the clown old world thinking. Advanced techniques. Always write the big picture. I've been right. Listen, on February 11, 2016, you had Carl Icahn massively bearish the market. The world record hold bearish the market. And power trick or trade, yours truly, posts February 11, 2016 reversal plan and correct 7 additional plans from that point. Stock clown was wrong as well. Stock clown was baffled by this. I can assure you, old world's thinking. I'm massacring them. No one can touch my technology and thinking. No one can touch it. It's too damn smart, too damn ahead of its time what I'm doing. So I know this. It's getting more powerful. But look at this, people. So then we break out again. Now, when the stock clown, okay, here's the thing. When the stock clown thought it was a bubble here, we were really breaking out. And you see, was I right? Of course I was right. We had a move. That's why we had a strong move in 2017. We were breaking out again right around the 2016 area. You see, people, because the stock clown has no skill. And this is why these are people that want to lead. They want to lead people to growth. They want to give people advice telling them to sell Apple, making fun of people buying Apple at 180. The people who are buying Apple at 180 are going to still make money, stock clown. Just that they should have bought it. They should have bought it way lower in the 80s, in the 90s. But people are still buying. Even Warren Buffett is buying higher. Why? Because Warren Buffett sees the big picture, just like yours truly. But I do it through technical analysis, understanding the market, not being a clown like you. You see, stock clown? Look, again, people, looking pretty good. When you look at a monthly chart, how bearish is the market? Sure, the market has to chop. The market has to chop the gains. We had 2 consolidation months. Look at it. These months it's chop. Once we get going, once we break some key levels, and it could be very soon, people, you know. I gotta remember I told you power trick or trade will be making updates. Things are looking pretty good, right? That I showed you this monthly chart and the way I told you the breakout. See, well, in April I made it. By the way, I talked about this in April, and guess what? Who's right again? Look, we're approaching, you know, two more weeks to the end of the month. Look at the month. Look at this candle. Positive candle. Poor stock clown. No skill stock clown. Poor stock clown. Poor donkey. So FedEx, people, everything's okay. You know, as long as FedEx holds the 245 area, you hold, right? That's why I picked the June calls for FedEx. FedEx should be going higher. FedEx is strong. Look at the strong trend in FedEx, by the way, people. Oh, look at the monthly chart of FedEx. You see, stock clown doesn't see bullish. Bullish wants to go higher, stock clown. See? You see, stock clown? The guy who's right was power trick or trade, telling people to go long. Not you, with your no skill. Power trick or trade, the billionaire, investor, helper, people with big money, big $1 million accounts. They want to listen to power trick or trade because their accounts are higher if they went long, like power trick or trade said, not going short like the stupid clown. Oh, stock clown, you're such a clown. You have no skill, clown. And what about win, people? What about win? You know, Same thing. Win very strong, people. This is why the market wants to go higher. See, listen, Win Resorts. What do you think? Win? Oh, mamma mia! Hey, Win Resorts is setting up to go. This is the monthly charts. I gotta go back to go to the daily. We see it nice and bella bella. Oh, stock clown. Wait till we get a new signal in Win. Stock clown. No skill. No, that can't see the big picture. That's stock clown. Listen, people. A lot of people out there are stock clowns. I call them old world thinkers. No skill. He has skill in old world thinking. I rephrase it. The stock clown is a very skillful technical analysis in what I call the old world wrong way of thinking. Back in maybe the year 2000 or, in 2000, those are the times where the stock clown could shine, 2000. But you see, there was a big shift that changed since 2013 where it involves more big picture thinking. The world has changed dramatically. I explained it in case of Amazon. When we had the dot-com bubble, Amazon was a $64 stock. Today it is in a $1,000 area. You donkey clown. And Jeff Bezos is richer than ever. You don't capisce. You don't understand the new world thinking. The world isn't going to simply go repeat what had happened in 2017 because you think it's a bubble. Apple is actually cheap with its PE ratio. You don't have any skill, stock clown. It's time for you to retire and just become a follower like you were inside of my group until I caught you. Until I caught you and I told you to make fun of yourself and you wouldn't. I caught you really good there, stock clown. Can you imagine that guy is such a troll that was following me inside of my group, Power Group Trades? What a troll. What a troll, people. He can't handle that I beat him, I've decimated, and I've cremated, especially with Win. This is where it came. Believe me, people, this is the guy giving people advice, charging people money, massively wrong the big picture in a massive way. So, people, Win is on watch. PowerTarget Trade is going to be making another plan for WYNN. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, people. PowerTarget Trade's been correct. Win, big picture, not stock clown. Still short since the, well, really, seriously? No word of lie. 106, Amazon, new world flyer. WMT, old world, now trying to catch up. Yeah. Did you see how Lulu? Oh yeah, Lulu. I mean, look at this one. Now, Lulu. Here's another point I want to make. Oh, great! Thank you for mentioning the Lulu. Now, I haven't been, but Lulu's been on fire. Now, do you want to know something, people? Look at Lulu. Do you want to know something? I made a plan, a Lulu, back around, and there was a bit of an issue. But look at the big picture. See stock clown. Are you starting to see the picture? You were making fun of me, telling people to go long in the 70s area. And what did the stock do? Big picture. I'm always correct. You're always wrong. You're a wrong clown. Look at this, people. Look how strong Lulu is. Look at Lulu, $101. Why? Bad advice I gave people to go long Win. Lulu, bad advice. Oh yeah, very bad. Look what Win is doing, on fire. It's on fire. This I haven't been focusing on this, but wow. And that's another reason why the market wants to go higher, people. Look at look at these kind of stocks, how strong they are. They're not just going to go down. And look at gap after gap. The stock clown is such a wrong, the big picture. I warn a lot of people, if you're following me, you better study my live streams. You want to study my YouTube channel. There's too many clowns. It's the new era. Lots of clowns out there. No skill. Leading the people the wrong way. Market wants to go higher. It's going to make some nice gains this year. And if you're prepared with the big picture expert on your side, right now it's been very difficult making money. We've been making money. We had a great win in Google out, people. You see, that's skill. You see, you don't see the stock clown. The stock clown is happy to make 50%. He's admitted it. 50%. He's running, cashing out. Of course you're cashing out. You damn have no skill. You've been wrong win since 106, 108. Of course you're catching out, taking money from the bank, running for your life. You have no skill. You can't catch direction. You don't have the picture skills to see the big picture. You just don't have nothing. That's why you run for the hills. That's why you missed massive gains in stocks that you should have held when you sold and missed a couple of 150% that day. And Home Depot back in 2016. Oh yeah, it was 2016, 2017. Yeah. Yeah, Nvidia has to confirm. Yeah, you may be in NVIDIA, but NVIDIA never confirms. So you must not be in my group, Ravi. See, I said NVIDIA is setting up for higher, but it has to confirm. Now, let's go to NVIDIA. See, people don't understand that there's people that want to guess. If you want to guess NVIDIA, that's your problem, right? Power Tricker Trade, we never went into NVIDIA. I made a plan for NVIDIA, but remember, just because I say something, it has to confirm. You notice I say confirmation is key? Oh, yes. But is NVIDIA going to go higher? Yes, NVIDIA can go higher, by the way, Ravcar. It's just that it's setting up. It's going to need some time. But definitely they're setting up NVIDIA for higher prices. I am not in NVIDIA yet, and it's going down because it's setting up. Remember, I said it's going to higher if it confirms, Ravi. You better become a member inside of Power Group Trades. You better study my my videos. You see, what I'm doing it's never been done before. It's the best thing out there. There's nothing out there. No one makes plans like Power Tricker Trade with options. No one can do this thing. You know, they talk, they can catch, they scalp a little bit here and there, but they can't catch stuff like Google, right? They can't catch Netflix. I have so many great, huge Netflix winning plans, you know. But Power Tricker Trade met him 300%. It's documented. See, Stock Clown can't do that stuff because he says he knows. He wants to give people advice. He wants to give people like you advice. Telling people don't buy Apple at 140. It's going to go to 120. What is he going to say to those poor people that listen to him and watching Apple at 180? What would he say? What would he say to him? Sorry guys, I made a mistake. Sorry, it's just too high. The market's crazy. The market's crazy. Just keep shorting. They'll come in. Oh yeah. You can't do. You stick. You didn't show anything that he just posts stuff that fall. He never went in them. He can't see one. He can't see 5 minutes in front of him. How is he gonna fuck it? How is he gonna catch something that's gonna fall? It takes time. Going small. You're guessing. You don't have skill. And market wants higher. That's why you're losing all the time, Stock Clown. You're wrong. The big picture, Stock Clown. So, like I said, Durkis, Lulu very strong. You know, you can see broke out, beautiful stock, and that's what's really bullish about the market. You know something? Lulu, yeah, people. You know Lulu, and of course Apple very strong. It's just basing and wants to get and listen, 200. Never mind 200. There's a possibility that this Apple is going to be a plus 200 stock. Oh yes, people. This is the kind of stock Apple's becoming. You know, if they put out a good product, you know, like the next iPhone, um, you know, yeah. So well, SPX again is going to go higher, right? But doesn't mean that XPX is just going to fly up higher. It can, right? What I'm doing instead of trading the SPY is like for example, I'll give you an example. Costco, okay? Now Costco was something I went with some people. I didn't make a plan for it, but I did go in Costco, for example, because, for example, Costco was much stronger than and you know the nationals about Costco, for example, and you know, but Costco, I saw, you know, as the market was weak, you know, people whatever, I saw that, you know, Costco was strong, and so I entered. Now Costco's performance was better, so what I'm trying, instead of trading the SPY, you know, the SPY could chop its way higher, you know, where I'm kind of focusing more on the individual stocks than Dennis. Um, yeah, see, by the way, Dinesh here, okay, he knows about it, about the Costco call. I let him know about it. He's the one who sent me, by the way, he's the one that caught great gains at Google and sent me a $1,000 gift, people. You see, that's something the Stock Clown will never see, right? And I said to him it was a short-term thing. So if you notice stocks like Costco, for example, they were very strong today. You know, stronger than the SPY. But the SPY definitely is setting up. I think what the SPY needs to do really is once we take out the 273.5, then they're going to go and try to test the and that's what they're doing. We're setting up. So for example, tomorrow the the market could just kind of chop its way up a little bit, you know, where some stocks may do very well just because the stock is the market's positive. It's one of those things. It's hard to say. I for now, you could try trade the SPY, but you got to have proper stops and buy the right kind of options and buy the in the money calls. So you want to buy. So for example, let's put up the SPY because the guy asked me a question, and I am talking about the SPY, so it's a valid question. So for example, if you want to go into the SPY, right, I would take the June calls. What's the June 15 calls, and what you could do is you could see they're trading very well. And what you could do is use the 273 calls, and this will be documented over here. So you can use the 273 calls, okay? That'll give you time to hold in case we do have a little bit of, you know, chop it slow, right? And you can enter these as the SPY tries to break 273 and a half, okay? So you can either wait for it and then enter the 273 calls, and you can make some gains in SPY if you want to. Now I would rather trade the SPY like this. See why? Because I like the way the options trade. Whether you trade the SPY options or SPX, it's the same thing. I prefer the SPY, and so and here are the options, and they trade well. Look at this, 8.9K, lots of call buying. You know, you got it at both sides of the story here, right? You got the 270s, 11.7K, right? So you can see that the shorts have more to lose than the calls. By the way, people, that's I want to make an interesting observation here. So if you can see, if you take a look at the 270 call, there's only 3.6 traded, where the puts are 11.76. So that's because a lot of clowns just expect the market to go down. Now, I'm not saying the market will go down, but that's a bullish thing when you see a huge differentiation of the spread here between the 270 call and the 270 call and the 270 put. You see, 11.7K traded versus 3.6. So, you know, they want to squeeze the shorts. You know, honestly, there's a lot of bearish people out there. And I'm not to say that as long as the SPY, here's another thing I want to get, as long as the SPY really stays above 271 and a half, or actually 271.30, for especially tomorrow, they're trying to test the 275, 276, and could go higher first. But if they happen, and it's very likely that we do. Look at the facts, people. Let me give you some different ways of thinking here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so the SPY did close positive, but let's take a look at something like. So look at Lulu. What did Lulu do, people? Lulu positive today, right? Beautiful strong day. That's bullish. That's bullish for the SPY, right? Costco strong today, right? That's bullish for the SPY. You follow people. And there's some other stocks that I'm seeing that were very strong today that want higher prices. And most likely that's what the SPY will do. So if you want to buy the SPY buy calls, I recommend wait for a break above 273.5. I'm more really focusing on more individual stocks. But you see, PowerTarget Trade, yours truly, will have this all documented on my stream again. And again, I will be correct, the big picture, while the stock clown will be wrong and crying, and his stream is dead. Nobody's posting nothing. If he posts something, he's got one little baby crying. He hasn't been doing live streams. He doesn't know what to say, people. He doesn't know what to do. He's a stock clown. He's an old world thinker. He doesn't know what to do. He's baffled by this market. Not yours truly, PowerTarget Trade, not baffled. I told the stock clown, you're wrong in the big picture. He thought I was right. Bull trade. Listen to me. It's this. What's difficult about this market? It's the way how long it's been running, but it's been running in a different metric by my SPY monthly chart. I explain the difference. Why? When you look at from a big picture expert, I'm correct. Not the way the stock clown read the charts. The stock clown read the charts the wrong way. He read it old world thinking. It's obsolete. From now on, his way of trading will be obsolete. He has to stay a little scalper mind. He'll never be able to tell people how to buy stocks that will double. He will not have these kind of skills because he's wrong the big picture all the time for stocks that count. So how could you take anything he says seriously? Really, people, how could you take it seriously? CMG, that's another strong stock. Look at CMG. That's another one that did very well today, right? Look at this. How is that bearish for the market? Listen, people, think. How is that bearish for the SPY when you've got stuff like CMG? Look at CMG. It broke out with power, it consolidated its gains, and it went even higher today with the SPY just going a little bit positive. Like I said, the right stocks do better than the SPY right now. The SPY could chop its way higher. Usually when the SPY moves a lot faster, it makes a lot of things easier. But right now, it's getting into the right stocks that can make the dollar bills, people. That's what I try to do. I try to isolate the highest probability, and we try to make our gains. But there's a lot of bullish facts right here. Oh, MU too. I mean, MU. I'm not. I mean, this is a stock that a lot of people talk about. MU, in my opinion. I mean, look at MU, by the way. Nice, is setting up for higher prices again, right? See, MU. Again, what is the big picture? What has MU been doing, people? I mean, it's higher. I mean, definitely, I think there's going to be some chop. I don't really have direction or have something I'm not trading. Um, but it tends to want to make pullbacks usually when it gets overbought a lot. So I mean, it's kind of overbought, but they can chop it around. But you know what? It can still go higher. Here, the reality with MU is just that MU is something that I'm not following, or do I want to recommend, because it's not something that I don't want to really get into. But I'm not saying that MU won't go higher. I'm not saying that. I just don't have an opinion on MU. It's not a focus of mine. I have other things that I like that I like more for setups for higher price. Yeah, UNH exactly as well, right? So these are the things that I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on some other, our plans. I focus on holding NFLX as long as it acts correctly, right? We watch support. Netflix is going higher, right? So Netflix is acting well. I hold it as long as it acts correctly. That's how long I'm planning to hold in grid. Look at Netflix. Didn't do anything. It did something positive. In fact, it was easier to go long a Netflix calls than was to hold SPY calls today, because the SPY kind of chopped around, where Netflix kind of kept its gains. It kept its breakout confirmation and everything, and it should go higher as long as we hold some key supports that I've posted inside of a group of trades. It is what it is, people. The market favors higher, no matter how metric you want to look at it. Just the simple metrics of looking at Costco, Lulu. But market is a market, right? We are still in the chop zone, and the SPY is definitely, in my opinion, setting up to go test 270, 275, 276. Now, how we get there, how we break there, I will have to make an assessment. We could start trending from there. There could be another pullback again. It's hard to say because we need more information. But right now, market definitely wants to go and test those levels, and that's why. In fact, that's what I believe, is they're going to be squeezing the shorts. Yeah, Baidu, another super mover, by the way. Baidu, another one that moved. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Baidu is so much stronger than Google L. It's baffling how this works sometimes. Look at Baidu. You see, like, Stock Clown doesn't get it. Like, look at a bearish market. Stocks can't do these things. They wouldn't show any power. You know what I mean? Usually, amazingly, it's amazing how cooperative Baidu has been this time. But you know what? It's bullish. What can I tell you, right? Yeah. As when you look at it this way, like in April, people, I was talking to people that the market is going to go higher, right? Not everybody was thinking that way. Trust me, people. I have proof. I'm going to be showing the documented proof I have, anyways. I was the only one who made a very, in fact, before those people, there were people even bearish in April 25th. You've seen my live streams. What has the market done? It's remained higher, right, people? This is called big picture world thinking, big picture things. Listen, Warren Buffett wouldn't be investing money if he was worrying about the fundamentals of the market. Okay, capiche? So he wouldn't be investing more money. But that's not the only reason, really. It doesn't. I'm just saying it's a positive reason. I can say it's not the only reason, right? That Warren Buffett is still heavily invested in Apple. It's what the market is saying, what the market is doing, and then even when you look at the monthly charts, the way I explained it, the market's very strong. It can afford. Listen, we could chop for the next few months. I don't know. I have to need more information. But we're gonna once we break, we're going higher, and a lot of stocks support that. Look at Lulu, keeps going higher. Stock clown, what was he doing? Was he short? No, it was a high fly. Wrong race. The list goes on and on and on. People, what counts? The stock clown can't catch it. He's completely wrong. The right stocks will go higher. I told people, not the wrong one, right? Look at race. It pulled back, right? But look how high it went. And if you ask me, race is setting up for higher. These are all good signs for a higher market. Capiche, people, for the SPY. What time is it? 10:16. Man, I covered a lot of things. I think this is a really good live streams. Be able to talk about, about the stock clown is very, some people, the stock clown is important to talk about because stock clown has skill in what I call old world thinking. But the problem with the stock clown is he doesn't follow his own rules. He should have been telling people to go long time ago. He doesn't. He says if he's not even making videos anymore because he doesn't know what to say, right? Because he would say if the SPY does this or if the SPY does, but the SPY keeps doing what he doesn't want it to do, and that's why he keeps getting wrong. You don't want to be a stock guesser, stock clown. He has skill with old world technical analysis. He's got skill in that, but it's really low level. You know what I mean? He's got some skill. He knows what he's talking about. But when it comes to the big picture, when it comes to what counts, he's like light years behind PowerTarget Trade, yours truly. He's just behind. That's why I call him a clown, right? Because he's so wrong. Instead of saying, you know what, you're right. He keeps hounding me when he's wrong. You're wrong, clown. You're going to be wrong forever. You'll never be right against PowerTarget Trade. Never. When I say it's time to go down, that's when things are going to go down. You watch and see. PowerTarget Trade says something is a problem. Oh boy, mama, you watch what happens. You see? But then who's right again? Yours truly, a power, a trigger, a trade. But that's very unlikely this is going to happen for a while. Market is going higher, people, into 2018, and we need to prepare for it mentally and physically. Right now, it's not the big picture. Money isn't really here right now. As we are in chop, there is money to be made. As you can see, we made massive gains in Google L, and there was a reason for it. That's because the market wants higher. That's the only reason why Google L did well, people. It's got to do with also market cooperation. No, Ingrid, stock clown is very important news because we can talk about how wrong he is the big picture. It's very important that people learn this. A lot of people out there don't understand about stock clowns, and I have to explain to them that there's tons of them out there. They've been wrong since they want to give people advice, but yet they've been wrong since 2016. The whole everything they've been wrong. Sure, losses are a part of the game, but you know what? Google L was a great lesson. Can you imagine, Ingrid? $500 options turning to 4K in less than a week. That's crazy gains, and that's what PowerTarget Trade's about. I like trying to look. I like to get into things that I think. Now, if they don't work out, what do? We sometimes have to take small profits, small losses, but we're trying to catch the 100% gains. We did that with ADB, 100% gains before it pulled back. But it's still set up for higher prices. And then there's a whole bunch of other stocks that can do 100% gains and higher, and that's because the market does want to scope for higher prices, and it's very apparent with stuff like Lulu and the other stocks that I mentioned. So, any other questions? Definitely, I want to. I think this is a very productive live stream where I answered a lot of questions, whether it be AMD and of course PowerTarget Trade. I made that video about AMD, and I gave people more of a reason to do something, to wait for something, and if they took, I mean, they didn't really confirm the way I wanted to, but I did say that it did look like that there was potential for the stock, and I was right. Like I said, I know what I know what I can I know what I'm talking about. It just still is not my favorite stock, but I know what I'm talking about. You see, the stock clown was wrong again, and of course yours truly was correct on what I'm seeing. You see, stock clown, you'll never beat me. You can never win. You'll always lose, stock clown. You owe me millions of dollars. If you want to make real bets against me, you'll just go to the poorhouse. I guarantee you, your skills are too weak. I would just love him to challenge me. Oh, I'd be a rich man by now. How wrong he's been since, especially with Win. Can you imagine he was going against me, Win? If he would have just went long, Win, how much would he have made the stock cloud? Oh, Pavarella, long Nvidia. How much would he have made instead of going short Nvidia for a that's why he's a scalper. Never take advice from a scalper. They have no skill. And of course, a lot of old, yeah, Win looking good. We gotta wait for confirmation though, but Win's looking good, definitely looking good. I think the next time Win confirms my plan, woohoo, lots of money. That's what I mean. The market, again, the only thing that would stop Win from trying to really go higher would be that the SPY has an issue somewhere. And again, I gotta watch everything. Like again, every day the market gives us information, right? But like I said, right now as it stands, as long as we hold support, definitely SPY wants to go and test. If you ask me, wants to test 275 before testing a gap. Okay, there was a gap. I think what they did is try to fish in the shorts, only to squeeze them higher. In my humble opinion, this is the way the market acted. I mean, it did very well. It held its gains after that drop. It went up. It looked like it was going to try to drop, fish in a couple of more shorts, and tomorrow we should get some more follow through in the market. I'll admit it could be choppy, but I do expect the market to want to go higher tomorrow. And again, a lot of stuff setting up. A lot of stocks want to go higher. A lot of the right kind of setups, they want higher still. Higher stock clown. Thank you, Dirkus. That's what I do. I try to tell people the big picture. I've been telling the big picture since April, and I've been correct since April. Beyond a lot of people out there, beyond a lot of old world schoolers. Even Peter Brandt, I've already decimated and cremated him, the big picture. There's no way Peter Grant would have been able to make a Google out plan like yours truly. Just can't do it. Don't have big picture skill. They're looking at the charts the wrong way. All wrong. Back in the day, that worked. Now it's new world thinking. New world. Okay? When this market goes to new highs, I was right, correct again. I've been right since 2000. Listen, I've been right so many times. It's insane, insane correctness, insane correctness. The big picture, just insane, people. It's insane. Only getting better, especially as I work with my group, my group that I discuss things with. It's just getting better and better and better. Things are just getting better to adapt to the new market dynamics. Market can continuously rise higher for years to come. That's how bullish the market is. Okay. However, we still need to assess it. And right now, I mean, I'm telling you, man, the market is in a big chop. Bullish, like the trend is, as you can see in the monthly charts, strong, massively strong uptrend. However, it's got to build. It can't just go up all the time, people. That's what the stock clown doesn't get. It doesn't want to think it can go up all the time. There's going to be chop. There's going to be down days, but he's still wrong in the big picture. It doesn't matter. When you tell people it's a bubble and you're short at 225, I have you documented in a video, right? That's why he's trying to block his video so that people can't see how wrong he's been. He's a scaredy cat, but I got the documentation proof, so he can't run from me. PowerTarget Trade. Well, I'll be decimating all the clowns who are wrong again. The big picture. When I'm right again, I'll be decimating and cremating a lot of people. People. Oh, it's gonna be a decimation clown syndrome, man. All right, people. I think this is a good live stream. I did say what I had to say. And again, people can always see my live streams, people, afterwards. But if you want to ask your big picture expert some questions, I did answer, and I answer them. I give you, my opinion. And my opinion has always been correct, the big picture. You know what I'm saying, people? All right then. Let's have a good night, people. And let's have some great gains. And make sure. Any questions before I go? Is there any new guy? Anybody that are watching? That's new. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget always to like the live stream. Like Stock Clown doesn't like that. Good night. Good night, Mez. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you very much. Um, any questions? I haven't seen the stock. The Stock Clown said he was going to do his live streams. He couldn't make it work. And since then he hasn't made one, not one all year. Said he was going to do. He lies to people all the time, like his plans, like his trade, everything. He's a liar. He's just a liar clown who just can't stand that he's wrong and he's lost the big picture over and over and over to yours truly, Power Trick or Trade. And that's what I'm telling you. Any clown out there goes against Power Trick or Trade, they're going to lose. Like I've decimated every single clown out there. Every clown that tries to go against Power Trick or Trade, they lose. They lose. Can you approve? Well, Ravi, listen, Ravi. I told you. I think I know. I think I've seen your thing. Listen, Ravi. Let me tell you what you got to do, Ravi. I told you. You got to make retweets and likes, okay, and then send me. Uh, you weren't doing retweets and likes, and also watch my live stream. In the beginning, I explained it. Got to do retweets and likes, okay? You got to remain active. You're going to see. You want to watch. You're going to read my pinned tweet inside of Power Group Trades. You have to stay active, okay? And you must have studied my videos and tell me and then I'll let you in, right? I don't let anybody in. See, I know who you are now. I remember now, Ravi. So I think definitely you follow. You're a follower inside of on YouTube. I'm gladly going to take you inside, Ravi, but you want to study my videos, and you want to send me a message why you want to become a follower too inside of Power Group Trade. That's a new thing metric I'm going to use. It's good because I want to take the serious people. I don't want lazy people. I don't want people who don't want to who just who aren't gonna be around the market. They're gonna be people who blow up their accounts because they don't want to learn the right way of doing things. So I don't want those type of people who just want to make quick money and don't want to understand that the big money comes at certain times of the year. See, the big money comes being prepared at the right time, having the right kind of ideas in the market, right? And then the big money comes, like Google L people was a big example. You want to study that Google L plan. That was massive gains. And again, one of my followers was so happy, wanted to send me $1,000 gift out of free will, people. No service is received anything like that. No service. And I'm not a service. It's just that he trusts my word so much that he put that money in Google L, made the dollar bills, and was so happy to send me a gift. And that, people, is big picture skill beyond anyone else out there. Anyone out there, they can't get that. Show me one guy getting that. They don't have that. They never got that. And I did this by helping people, and I've been getting people sending me gifts all the time for my great advice and helping them make dollar bills. And only Power Trick or Trade. You stick with Power Trick or Trade, it's going to be a very, very good year. A good many decades to come. Power Trick or Trade is going to be the leader. If I'm a leader now when everybody's struggling, I'm going to be a leader because I've definitely I have a system that adapts to the market tremendously well. That's why all these old world school thinkers are confused. Like the stock clown, confused people. Anyways, people, that's right, Bob, right? It was a great plan, right? Stock clown can't do that. No skill, stock clown. All right, people, have a good one, people. Good night, and that's it. Have a good night, people.